Ho, 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 ho.
And we are live. What's up, everybody?
Oh my!
Oh my!
Oh wait,
Oh my!
who said that?
Oh my!
Oh my! What's happening?
What's going on? John's got a
John's
got a
not
special
talking.
guest. Yes,
I'm hearing
guest.
another voice in my earphones. What? I don't know what that is. I hear Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not feeling too well. Leave me alone.
Okay, I don't hear John, but I hear another voice. I wish it was like a floating head emoji that we could insert on.
No.
Hey, everybody!
No.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Let's. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We got a Matrix trailer, we got Shang-Chi news, and we got a fall movie preview all this week on So What I Miss. Roll the intro, John, if you can get free.
Listen.
That still kills me.
Did it go? Did it go?
Buddy, welcome
That
to the
still
show.
kills me every time.
I am your host, Chris. We got panelist Rob is here.
Hey,
I'm never gonna figure out this flip thing. I don't understand it.
No, it's
We got
impossible.
John. We got John.
It's impossible. We're like
And
40 episodes deep and we still
Yeah.
haven't figured it out.
special guest star Veronica in the back there. And we got Pat's voice raining from the heavens.
Yes, I'm still here. He's
yeah.
not feeling great.
Let me just say, guys, I've missed you. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been able to see you guys, and
Been like 1 week, hasn't it?
well, it feels like it's been a lot longer, John. And
All right.
just wanted to say that I missed you guys, and I hope you had a good long Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, Thursdays have been definitely missing Rob on Thursdays. So here's your dose of him today.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got the box office report. You know, we're going to close
Okay.
down the summer box office report. I don't think there's any point in showing that, you know, coming to the fall season, but we got a movie that released last week is Shang-Chi, and that exceeded expectations and absolutely crushed the box office with a record, Labor Day record, 94 million.
Oh my God.
Beating the old record of 30 million set by Halloween. Now, we all saw this movie, including the Voice in the Sky, Pat. Now that we've seen it, we haven't done a podcast, a full podcast with the spoiler review yet. So let's keep it non-spoilery. What did you guys think of the movie? Did it deserve that kind of great box office opening?
Who are you asking, Chris?
You
Rob,
first,
let's start
Rob.
with Rob. Always Rob first.
Sure. So just for our friend, I think it's Steven, who's asking that ridiculous question. First of all, no, I didn't get them redone. I just got the haircut. So thanks for asking. Okay. So yes, I saw this movie.
natural.
I saw this movie. It's almost a week ago now, last Friday, with my son. We are going to be doing a review of this on the main Heroes World podcast, but I will say, I'll just tell you, I loved it. I quite enjoyed it. I actually do believe that the absence of time of us not reviewing it right afterwards probably helped elevate my overall score that I will be discussing when we do the recording of it. So I enjoyed it. There's obviously, just like every MCU movie, there's going to be a few things that are like, wait, what? And this doesn't seem to make sense, or why do they do that? But overall, I'm quite happy with it. And I want to see more. I want to see more of this group of characters and go forward. I want to see. I'm very excited the fact that they've called him the next Avenger. Right? That's what the promos are now touting him as, the next Avenger, and he was welcomed to the circus. So I'm excited for that.
Great.
Yeah, no, it was a fantastic time. It was good to see a couple of our good friends for probably the busiest movie night we've actually been to since the reopening of all the movie theaters and stuff like that. But yeah, I can't complain. But like Rob said as well, I think I needed a little second for it to really kind of sit in. I don't know if it was maybe a lot of expectations you might have put on this film because it's the first real Marvel movie we've gotten out the gate. You know, Black Widow with the delays and all that kind of stuff. There was really no expectations per se. I think other than we were all hoping it would be good. But this one, it felt like there was a lot more riding on it. So upon initial completion of the film, it was like, okay, what was missing? And then you're like, wait a minute, but we got all this other great stuff along the way. So we're going to be covering that for sure in our full podcast. So I'll let how about you, Chris? You went to see it with us, your first movie going experience since the pandemic.
Yeah.
How was it?
I have to say it was a lot more crowded than I thought. A lot of people there. It was great to see some of our regulars in person. That was great to see, just off the top. But yeah, the movie I thought was overall pretty good. I mean, like for an origin story, I had really high expectations actually going into this. I watched a lot of the promotional material and I thought it lived up to it. I thought it was really good. A lot of action and Marvel bits. And there's Simu just reacting to all the positive Twitter mentions of him.
So funny enough, that stock photo, the guy to his left, well, I guess the only other guy in that photo,
The white guy,
yeah. His name is Daniel Candace. I actually went to school with his sister. And so he's been kind of enjoying this meme stuff as well.
Was he part of B44?
No, he was not. No, it was not part of Instinct or Before 4. I just want to highlight what Steven said. He said that it wasn't Chinese enough for him, but he enjoyed the movie. I don't know. I obviously can't speak to that comment.
I think you should speak on it. Why not?
I don't think I shall.
You've been commanded from above.
Talk about how this wasn't Chinese enough for you.
but yeah, no, I don't know what that means, but from the people that are of Mandarin descent, my friends who I've spoken to, they seem to be really happy with it. They felt like they had a good representation in the movie and that it wasn't playing into cliches. So I'm not sure if you guys agree with that or not, but
I actually feel like this movie was really more like, I feel like the cultural aspect, it was great that they kind of did a movie culturally with, the Asian cultures, but I don't think it was necessary to tell the story. It was really, really good that it included it, right? Like, I mean, the basic story of it wasn't about him being Chinese. It was about him having an evil dad.
Right.
And then all the Asian culture and influences, references, it was great. It definitely matters, but I don't think it was required.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that that the story needed to be good. It didn't matter of his ethnicity. Like it helped. It added a little bit, but it didn't rely exclusively on the ethnicity. It was the movie was good on its own laurels, essentially.
Like it was a very good movie. It was a very good origin movie, and I feel like a lot of Marvel origin movies tend to kind of do better than their group films, because the group films really at the end of the day becomes like fan service,
Right. People wanting to know why Pat isn't on camera right now. Pat has a really bad case of syphilis, and so he has elected to
stay off camera.
To save us from seeing his horrible face. No, he's just not feeling very well. He's under the weather.
I'm still here.
He's under the weather. He'd prefer not to be. He probably is right now in bed, lying down. And so, but get well, Pat. We're glad you're joining us through the voice only.
All right. So let's talk about, I guess, the bigger impact of this. Pat has the theory that he's always been purporting throughout the summer, which is everyone sees it the first week and then no one else sees it the second week. Do you think it'll retain some of its audience? Do you think this is kind of like the breaking of the trend, or you think it's just because this movie was so hyped, popular, it's just going to have the big opening and then second week kind of fall back down? I believe like the bigger openings would have like a 60% drop off. Do you guys feel that that's going to happen here?
This does have a 45-day theater exclusivity window, so we probably won't see the drop until a little bit later. But I think people are still going to go and see this, and I think word of mouth is going to hit. It's one of the highest rated Marvel movies on Rotten Tomatoes, if that means anything to you. So I think people are going to want to see what the hype is about.
Yeah, I don't know what's opening this weekend, and I'm sure Chris will tell us later in the show. I think there will be a drop off, but I don't think it will be drastic. Like, I don't know if you guys remember when the Ang Lee movie of the Hulk came out with Eric Bana. it made like 120 or 114 or 18 million dollars in the first weekend, and then it tanked down to like something like 48 or 52 in week 2. It was a huge drop because people just did not like the movie and bad word of mouth. I don't think we're going to see a huge drop on this, but I do think we'll see a definite one. What's interesting though, what John's saying about the 45-day theater exclusivity, we don't know though if that means it goes on to Apple like to purchase as a rental before it goes on to Disney Plus for free. Do you know what I'm saying? So we don't know. Maybe it goes Disney Plus premium.
If they put it up to buy, I think a lot of people will buy it like right after, even after only seeing it like a week or two out. Jonathan, you'll make a good comment. Some people will go see it twice. So Black Panther had that. Sorry, my daughter's gonna go nuts here. But Black Panther had that similar surge where a lot of people were going repeat screenings. So shout outs to Pat found out they actually are playing it in some theaters with Chinese subtitles. So if you
really,
parent,
that's cool.
Or things like that of Asian descent,
I'm
or
actually
maybe
taking my dad to watch it again.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I think that's really cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So that we'll cap our discussion there. I know you guys have a bigger podcast with spoiler review and things like that coming up. I guess you could, I don't know, some people, I've talked to a lot of people, some people include Labor Day in summer, some people don't include that, but we'll move on from the summer movie season and we're going to talk about the fall movies slated for release. We do have a kind of a summary list of the major releases. If Pat, you want to show that right now, I guess we'll go through them. But what I want to ask you guys, I think I know what Rob's answer is going to be, but
No Time to Die. What the hell is that?
Which one are you, I guess, let's flip it because we know Rob's going to say No Time to Die. But which one do you think is kind of destined for less than successful opening? What do you guys think? Is there one I guess that's going to be the worst of these bunch? I guess I'll just say it. It's going to be the worst of these bunch, or anything like that. Rob, do you have a prediction in that regard?
Oh wait, what's happening now? You guys are flipping into different things. What are we doing?
Now there's a whole new list.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the major releases for coming up for the year, the rest of the year. Theater releases.
I'll jump in and say that Kingsman movie, man, that looks like trash. Like, whatever that is, we saw the trailer in theaters. I wanted to hit the skip button, but it's not possible.
Yeah.
And then we watched the Red
Matrix
Band
and
trailer.
Kingsman same day too.
Yeah, good luck, Kingsman.
What the hell's Encanto?
Disney movie, I believe. Is it Disney or is it
It's
Pixar?
a Disney movie where music was written by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
There you go.
Okay.
Not called Moana. Okay.
So sorry, you're asking which one do I think is going to have a really bad opening?
Or which will be the least successful one out of all of them? I think. Just what's going to be the worst one? Let's just say that. What's the worst movie out of all this? Do you think? Least looking forward to.
Well, if I'm going for me, Halloween Kills, I couldn't care less. Like I'll watch it when it drops on any streaming service like Crave or whatever, but I wouldn't rent it. So I'd probably, for me, like as much as I'm intrigued to watch it because I like the 2 years ago when they did the reboot or remake or whatever it was of Halloween, I quite enjoyed it, but not enough for me to go spend money at the theater. I'll tell you right now. Obviously, Bond is my number one pick for this month, followed closely by Dune. Same for me for Venom. Whatever. My son's probably going to want to go see it. I'm not really hyped to go see it. So
yeah,
I would say for me, Halloween Kills overall.
Yeah. One thing to notice about Venom is it's moved up 2 weeks, I think, to October 1st, and
they moved it up.
Yeah, so people are attributing that to Shang-Chi's great success, and they're like, "Yo, give me this Venom, give it to me now," and they moved it up to October 1st. Just I had that in the news bits, but it's on the screen now, so I just want to mention that.
Anyways, I also do agree with John buying about the Kingsman. Like, I think it looks okay, but to be very honest with you, this to me should have been dropping on like a streaming service. Like it should have been like a Netflix or Amazon Prime. I won't pay money to go see that in the theater.
Yeah.
Even though I saw the first one in the theater, I wouldn't go see this one.
Yeah. We'll get more into it about the Matrix, but yeah, that's a HBO Max simultaneous release as well.
In the US.
Poster. Yeah, in the US. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I agree with Jonathan. West Side Story. We saw the trailer to that before Shang-Chi. I'm like, who is this for? What is this for? Like, it's the trailer's cut like some sort of epic, like, I guess, I don't know, action piece. It's got,
a trilogy.
Steven Spielberg, like this music, and then I'm just like, what?
Yeah, but I don't think though. Are you a theater person?
No, I wouldn't say that. No.
I think this will appeal to people like my mom's generation. My mom's in her 70s.
Hmm.
So I think you get people in between their 60s and 80s will love to go see this. I think people who are big theater fans will go see this. It will have its niche.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's like La La Land or something like that, right?
You guys know
Yes,
you've never heard of West Side Story?
No, I know what West Side Story is, but
Oh.
La La Land was also a musical as well, right?
Yeah,
Have you
but
seen
La
that
La
one?
Land was really good.
West Side Story could be good, right? You were watching Cinderella with Camila Cabello on.
First of all,
Sunday.
it was not my choice. Somebody else left it on. I was just watching it. So don't pay that on me.
That movie got slammed, by the way, online, but what it looked all right.
Yeah, it looked like a episode of Glee. Or that
So
episode of Glee.
I have a better question for you. What do you think is going to have the biggest second week drop off? Okay, so but let's limit it from this list. Oh, okay, Venom, No Time to Die, Dune, Eternals. Okay, so just out of this one page, which one do you think will have the biggest drop off?
I'm actually very worried about Dune. Like the
Yes.
trailers and the special effects look amazing, backgrounds look amazing, but it looks, I don't know, it looks like it might be too long for people. You know, like too boring and long for people. You know what I mean? Like too much universe building. In my opinion, I think that's going to affect it negatively.
Yeah, I got to agree with Chris on this. I think Dune, I'm really hyped to see it. I think it looks gorgeous. From all accounts, all these pre-critic responses that we're getting, it's fabulous. However, the story can be a bit overwhelming at times for people, and I worry that you're going to really need to think. And I think that people will be like, I'm out. So, yeah, John, what do you think?
Is there a possibility that this James Bond is not going to live up to the hype? Because this has been delayed for no, I'm theoretically.
Not according to Rob.
It could, like, Black Widow the situation or whatever.
No,
but,
Bond has. I mean, it is we're at the 25th movie. You don't get to the 25th movie of anything if you don't over 50, 54, 53 years. If you can't, be producing decent quality content and bringing people in, it will make money. The problem is, again, the COVID is always going to be the unknown factor with where things are. October 8th doesn't seem like that far off, but it's still a month away, right? So I think it's going to make money. It's going to it opens next week or in 2 weeks in the UK and in Europe. So I think it's going to do well over there. And I think it's going to do fine. It's going to be unfairly compared to the last one. But I think that even if you compare Venom to the last Venom movie, it's an apples and oranges comparison because we were in the middle of a pandemic and people were, somebody in the chat earlier said I risked my life to go see Shang-Chi at Scarborough Town Center. Yes, that's what people are actually. That's what you almost like. We laugh and we joke. We make that joke about it when we say, "Oh, I'm going to go see the theater. I'm going to risk my life." But that, essentially, is what people are doing. There's a lot of friends that I know who are big movie fans who will not go to a theater because they don't feel safe. I think our friend Andre is one of them. He doesn't feel safe going to the theaters in his area. So we shall see.
Does Shang-Chi's success give hope for Eternals for you guys, or did Eternals stand on its own? It was going to be great no matter what in terms of opening, I guess is what I'm
Sorry. That's very good, Jonathan. My hat's off to you. First of all, that second trailer that we reviewed, guys, a few weeks ago, I loved it. We saw it in before Shang-Chi, and I again am 100% on board of this movie based on that trailer. That sold me for sure. So I'm not worried about it. Listen, you took an obscure property like Guardians and Marvel made it, and you can say, yes, a lot of that's attributed to James Gunn, but it's also still Marvel. So I'm confident Eternals will do well. All
right. Okay, cool. Let's move on from this one. Take it away, Pat. Thank you. We don't have a picture segment today. Pat, we didn't see anything that really interested him. Neither did John. So we're just gonna go straight into the news bits, and then we'll talk this Matrix 4 trailer at the end.
Now here's the news.
All right, everybody. So I just got a few bits here. Guys, leave Andrew Garfield alone, okay? He once again was being interviewed by Variety and was asked about the upcoming film Spider-Man No Way Home, and he's denied that he's in it. So there you go. Leave him alone. He's not in it. I don't know if that's a smokescreen or not, but
100% it is. Totally is.
Well, yeah. There. Oh, yeah. It's nice, Pat. Is he in it or not?
I like the question marks. That's a good touch,
Yeah,
Pat.
yeah.
That's high end production value there.
Yeah, I had a bit about Venom here. We already covered that. More Venom now. Venom October 1st. Rob brought a story to my attention that I believe one of the best games ever made is getting a PlayStation 5 remake at Sony's PlayStation Showcase. They showed that Knights of the Old Republic is going to get a PS5 remake. And
What?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I want the Aquafina one instead of that one.
Whoever clicked that what button.
Oh my God.
There you go. Come on, maybe
even I played that RPG. Like, that's how good that game was. I'm very much like Rob. I need to shoot things, I need to drive things, that type of thing. But even I gave that game a go, and it was a pretty incredible game. So that's pretty
I
cool.
gave it a go and I didn't like it. I got mad because you actually couldn't control the lightsaber. You hit a button and it did its own thing. And I was like, that's not what I wanted to do. But that's just not me. And we've discussed this before. Andre thinks maybe I did too much acid or something. I don't know. He doesn't understand the way my brain works. I didn't do acid, don't worry. But a lot of weed. But that being said, I never understood it. I didn't like it. I'm really happy for you guys, though, that it's coming out. I hope that it delivers exactly what you want it to.
Well, you never know. Like the Final Fantasy VII remake was turn-based, or the first Final Fantasy was turn-based.
Got this just for you, Rob, right now.
Yeah. To me, it's like one of the best games of all time. Like the storytelling, all that stuff. It was amazing characters. Things like that. I'm still.
How dare you?
I still buy any like Darth Revan paraphernalia I see anywhere. All right. So more news from this PlayStation Showcase is that Insomniac Games has announced that there's going to be a second Spider-Man game. So if you remember the one that came out a couple years ago, it was the open world one, and then they had to follow it with Miles Morales. They're coming out with another one. This is in 2023. And Venom. They also released a They also released a trailer where Venom is teased as one of the bad guys. So that's loves Venom, right? Everybody loves Venom.
Well, that trailer, there's a narrator. Do you guys know who the narrator is on that trailer? Or what character?
I did not see it, so
Dr. Octopus, I don't know.
No, it's Kraven.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Kraven the Hunter is the narrator in that.
Okay. We do know there's going to be a Kraven movie, right? So yeah, maybe they're trying to get ahead of it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the trailer, people should go check it out. It's online. It's about a minute and a half. It's decent. I mean, there's no gameplay footage whatsoever. But I will say that as Chris said at the end, it says coming in 2023. Can we let's just not? We know it won't be. It'll be delayed. Yeah, 2024. Like, that's just come on. They make these announcements and stuff gets delayed all the time. So
yeah, that's true. All right, and
this is the nature of video games, though.
Yeah. Never when it says. Usually,
it never used to be that way.
They'll say like Q3, whatever year, and you're just like, okay, it's somewhere in there, right? Like, you expect it to be delayed.
They also teased a Wolverine game by the same guys.
Yeah, well, that was my next bit. But yeah, as if this studio wasn't doing enough, Insomniac Games announced it's going to be doing a Wolverine game. For PS5, and I believe they had a mini trailer, like a teaser. I don't know if Pat has a picture of some of that, but that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really easy. It was you don't even see it. Actually said not part of the PS5 gameplay or story mode. It was like in small writing at the bottom. They just made it strictly for this teaser. Logan is sitting at a bar. You don't know that's Logan, except for the fact you see his forearms and he's got bruises all over and bloody knuckles. And then somebody says something to him, and then the claws come out, and that's it. There's no date given, so it is conceivable we're looking at the PS6 by the time. Check if you're a huge PlayStation guy or Sony guy. Check out the news on that. There's a lot of other announcements. Yeah,
those are the ones I want.
God of War.
Yeah, Viking Edition God of War. It looks like it's the new trend thing. Make a game.
It's gonna be like Assassin's Creed, but God of War now. He's gonna be like God of War on pirate ships.
No, God of War was really good. When they rebooted that whole thing back in 2018, that's one of my favorite games. So I'm really looking for. And then when you find out what happens at the very end of that game, it blew my mind away as to who his son is. So I'm looking forward to this coming out.
That's actually a legit game. X-Men Origins, the Xbox 360 game. That was actually a pretty good game back in the day.
Yeah,
I think I beat it for all the achievements. That's all I did. 2018 was like the best was the best year for video games in a very long time.
Wait, sorry, which one? 2018 you said?
2018, yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
2018 had so many good games.
Yeah, we've talked about that before, right? You had God of War, Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah. Monster Hunter World came out that year. Spider-Man came out that year. Smash Bros. Came out that year.
Yeah. 2018 was the best. 5 years ago, right? Wait, no, 3 years ago.
Nice.
I thought I was in 2023 and I was thinking about the Spider-Man game. Anyways.
All right. So last bit of news I have is today the Matrix Resurrections trailer was revealed. And these guys already did a trailer reaction from it. So check that out if you want to see these guys' opinions on it. But it's coming to theaters and HBO Max December 22nd. One thing that's happened, I guess, since that trailer is the actor who played, who was in the trailer, Yahya Abdul Mateen II, did confirm that is Morpheus. He is playing Morpheus in that trailer. So there he is. Yeah, the picture there. That's his post. So in stone, I guess he's Morpheus. Let's speculate. What is going on? Let the speculation begin here. Maybe Rob knows this one. I asked John earlier. He didn't know, but is Lawrence Fishburne not in this?
Well, he said he wasn't. He said he was not. But listen, Andrew Garfield has said he's not in Spider-Man, and Tobey Maguire said he's not in Spider-Man. So I don't know.
A lot of people saying stuff.
Yeah, what I find to be interesting though is that if you look at the press release that Warner Brothers issued out today, about an hour or 2 hours after that trailer dropped this morning, is they talked about the summary of what the movie was, and they really mentioned the fact that this is a direct storyline from the Matrix. And I'm kind of paraphrasing, but they kept talking about how it was, following the events of the Matrix, following, what happened in the Matrix and so on and so forth. And it almost starts to come into question whether or not the Matrix 2 and 3 are canon, or is this like, what we talked about Halloween earlier, where all those Halloween movies are now gone, and Halloween from a couple years ago comes in as Halloween 2, essentially, right? Like, or Superman Returns kind of dethrones Superman 3, right? It comes back in after as number 1. Sorry. So what is this? That we don't know, but it's very interesting that Warner Brothers is not talking about the Matrix trilogy, following the Matrix trilogy, or whatever. It's about strictly the Matrix. So,
who actually remembers what happened in the first 3 Matrix movies? I don't.
Well, there's a lot of people who remember what happened in number 2 and 3.
Everybody.
I just remember there was a scene with a rave. That's all I remember.
I think maybe me and Pat are in the same boat here, because with Matrix, I watched this trailer. I wasn't as hyped as you guys were. Matrix to me is like the first Matrix, incredible groundbreaking movie that changed the whole game, and then 2 like sequels tacked on that I didn't really care for. So, this fourth one, meh, to me, but I don't want to inflame everybody, but in the comments. But I guess now that you guys had some more time to ruminate over the trailer, any other thoughts on it? Easter eggs you might have missed or anything like that? Yeah,
it's been what
years? It's been 20 years since Matrix 2 and 3 came out. Who remembers what happened? I know.
The first one, yeah.
We all remember the twins. And Reloaded, right? You had the twins that were fighting, and then everybody, and then
who was the girl, Monica Bellucci or whatever?
Yeah.
How do you not remember her?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember her. Yeah, I remember her for sure. Yeah.
So, and then you had the twins. You had Monica Bellucci, not Bellucci, Monica.
It is Bellucci.
But okay. Makes me think of James Belushi, but it's spelled differently. And then you had the Keymaster, and you had the whole thing, the whole Christ allegory towards the end on the third one, right? And You know, so yeah, I remember all that stuff happening. You know, Neo dying on a cross essentially. So
What's he called? The Keymaster?
Is that Will Ferrell?
Keymaker.
What
Keymaker. What do you mean?
Keymaster, I think, is from Masters of the Universe.
no,
with Dolph
that's from
Lundgren.
that's from weird. No, that's from Ghostbusters. Are you? I'm the key. Rick Moranis. I'm the Keymaster.
Keymaker. He was like the short guy. He was like the short Asian looking dude that was running around.
No, he wasn't
Literally
Asian
running
looking. He
around.
actually was Asian.
Oh, okay.
So they did take a guy and make him look like he was Asian?
No,
right.
yeah.
Whatever.
I just remember the most memorable thing from the second and the third was the Smiths fight, where he fights like 100 of those Agent Smiths. I thought that was cool. And then I watched, I think it was Kung Fu
Sorry,
Hustle
can I-
had a similar one, and I was like, well, that's way better.
Hey, so I found the Warner Brothers thing. I'm just going to quickly read it to you guys.
Yeah,
It
sure.
says, The Matrix Resurrections is a continuation of the story established in the first Matrix film. Reunites Keanu, Carrie Ann Moss, and an expansion of their story that ventures back into the Matrix even deeper down the rabbit hole. It says 20 years after the first film, the franchise that helped define pop culture is back for continuation and extension of the original movie. It says The Matrix remains in the zeitgeist as a film that has changed the way we look at cinema. The Matrix helped pave the way for films to follow.
Interesting.
So, yeah, so that's what I was trying to say is that they really did play on the fact that they kept saying the Matrix, the original movie. So it's very conceivable that maybe Reloaded and Revelations never happened.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, what do you guys think of that?
Oh
that's-
no.
I think that's incredibly smart
Oh,
to me,
no.
because
If you can see me, you can see the disappointment on my face. Oh no.
Okay.
It'll save you some time on the rewatch, but it's fun. The very nature of what the Matrix is, like anything can be like reversed and flipped and whatever and anything. So it could actually be part of the continuity, but not part of like they can have it both ways in this setting and world that they've created, right? So
Yeah.
sure. go nuts.
yeah, less sarcastic response is, yeah, I feel like The Matrix, the first one, is a great standalone movie to me. I've already said I don't care for the trilogy as a whole, but yeah, the first one I thought was great. So
I did.
I think it's a good idea.
I have watched the trailer a couple of times, but I sent to John and Andre and Stu earlier. There's that somebody took a screenshot from the
Somebody, aka the Rob.
It wasn't. Somebody took a screenshot from the trailer, and they're actually watching The Matrix on this great big giant screen, and it's like they're watching the movie within the trailer.
Wow.
As they're like storming something, and the movie's playing like, on this massive screen in the background. Like that's, I don't know what that's about, but it's meta as all hell. So, yeah, I love the. So please, if you haven't seen our trailer reaction with John, Andre, and I, please go check it out because I love this trailer. I'm gonna watch it now.
Yeah, especially you want to see Andre's response. Hardcore Matrix guy, anyone who's kind of known Andre for a little bit knows he does have a Morpheus costume in his closet. He has every single piece of memorabilia from this movie. So yeah, hardcore. Like Matrix is a way of life.
Yeah.
He actually has
a lot of
Lawrence
people,
Fishburne in his closet.
Yeah.
That's why he's not in this movie.
He has the earless
stuck.
glasses. He has
He's
the
stuck.
armless glasses too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He's also still rocking that Nokia phone.
Oh man, everybody wanted that,
What if?
and now it's
All
gone.
right.
Giant what if?
Yeah, speaking of what if, that concludes the news we got today.
You're welcome
Well,
for
I
this
have-
segment.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Pat. Let's see what's going on for the weekend, guys. Rob, any recommendations or what do you got going? What do you got planned out for the weekend or this coming week?
What do I have planned? My daughter is having a couple of girlfriends over tomorrow night for a birthday party. It's going to
happy
be
birthday.
loud. Thank you. She just turned 10, so it's going to be loud and crazy. And so my plan is to consume a fair amount of Advil, Tylenol, and booze. But in terms of what I'm watching this weekend, tomorrow I'm watching The Green Knight. Tomorrow is my last day off. I've been off for about 3 weeks from work. So while everybody's at school and at work, I'll be watching The Green Knight tomorrow. So that's what I'm really hyped about doing tomorrow afternoon. And yeah, that's. I guess it's not fun enough for you guys. You guys are just paused. Not
No,
sure
we're
what-
waiting for more.
Oh,
Where's our pump up the volume update?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. I saw it the other night. It totally holds up. It holds up. It does. It holds up in its themes of being an outsider and being shunned because you're too afraid of who you are. Completely holds up. The themes in that movie and how they talk about America, turning on itself and turning on its people, and people not being are too afraid to live the life that they want to live is completely relevant. That movie came out in 1990, so we're
It's got a
31
very
years
similar
later.
theming to Cool as Ice. So if you want to
Shut
watch something
up.
of that theming,
Does he
you choose
rap?
Cool as Ice
He raps, but it's on
or
the same level.
pump
Yeah.
up the volume. But yeah, good update, Rob.
Yeah.
What If did air this Wednesday. So if you haven't watched that one, that is the zombie episode.
Zombie,
And I
yeah.
think they've teased that next week's episode is going to be the Killmonger episode, if I'm not mistaken. So looking forward to that. Are there movies opening this weekend, Chris? Did you cover any of those? I feel like I want to run Shang-Chi back. I feel like I want to give it a second viewing. But other than that, other good news, Big Shots was announced for season 2. John Stamos popped on Twitter and announced that Big Shot season 2 is coming, but it's not coming this weekend, so I won't be watching it this weekend.
Yeah.
Chris, what do you got on tap?
I think I don't think I know why The Last Man premieres next week, and that's something I've been looking very much forward to. I don't know if I can watch it in Canada. Rob will probably know, but
Yes,
I'll
you
find a
can.
way.
Sorry, that's on Monday the 13th. Why the Masked Man is airing on FX Canada, so you can easily subscribe through your local cable provider for FX Canada if you have that. Yes, good call.
And just monitoring the chat. Sorry, I did not cover the Star Trek news. I did.
Yeah. Lewis is going crazy. We're gonna have to
Okay.
have a guest spot on here and talk about all the Star Trek.
Very clear that none of us watch Star Trek.
That's not true.
I like
I
Lower
did
Deck.
see some Picard 2 stuff. I just figured it was a trailer that.
Well,
people
it
could
was
watch.
Star Trek Day on Wednesday, and we completely didn't mention it because I didn't know. So my bad.
Yeah, so I do know that for those Star Trek fans, I haven't watched any of the new trailers. I do know Discovery. Discovery is coming out November the 18th. I believe it's on Space Channel in Canada and on Paramount Plus in the US.
We are not. We are not.
I've actually been watching Lower Decks after I think I was down on it on this first episode, but after that, I feel like it really found its groove. And
oh, did it? No, it
It's a
didn't.
good show.
Not at
No?
all.
Okay.
No.
I'm liking it so far. So I think season two
is pretty cool.
And I'm liking it so far. Yeah.
Season 2. Yeah.
Cool. John, what do you got planned for this week? Oh, and what about you, Chris? Because John already said he's going to go check out Shang-Chi maybe.
Yeah, nothing for the weekend. Just looking forward to Why Last Man on Monday. Then, yeah.
And Pat,
let me just say.
Oh, and What If Zombies episode.
Season 6 drops tomorrow. So I'm kind of excited. Lucifer season 6, the last season, drops tomorrow. So it's good. I'm sick, so I'm just gonna spend the weekend watching Lucifer.
Sweet.
Boom. That's what I'm doing.
I hope you enjoy that.
I will.
Yeah, I'm on season 1, episode 1, so I got to catch up.
Yeah, I know.
I got some watching to catch up on.
What
What
network was that? Was that originally a network show and then it got saved by Netflix?
Lucifer? It was a Fox show, and after 3 seasons and a cliffhanger ending, it got canceled. It was picked up by Netflix. And then Netflix let them finish the show by giving them 3 more seasons.
Oh, you know what? Sorry, somebody mentioned Jesse had mentioned Watch Heels. I wanted to mention this actually a couple weeks ago. This is the new movie with Stephen Amell, Toronto boy, who, as most people would remember, is played Oliver Queen, Green Arrow in 8 seasons of Arrow. This is on the Stars extension on Crave. So him and Alexander Ludwig. They are wrestlers. They are wrestlers in a very small, like Midwestern organization, the Duffy League or whatever. I will say it was probably a lot better than it has any right to be. I think they've released 4 episodes now. I think I've seen 2 or 3 of them. They're very good. So if you do have that extension on your Crave subscription, if you're paying for the whole thing, I think it's $20 a month for everything, Crave, HBO, Stars, and all that shit. But if you have it and you're like, I don't really want to watch a movie about wrestling or a TV show, I'm telling you right now, there's a lot more to it than just that. It's very, very good, and It's a lot better than I expected it to be. So I agree with Jesse. Heels is quite good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Pat show or a Pat play.
No,
But
I want to watch the 10% of the show about wrestling. As for Jesse's comment, I want to see the 10%.
Yeah, I think you'll really like it, Pat.
If I wanted to watch something about family, I would just watch some Fast and Furious.
Oh boy.
So yeah, just letting you know. I watch some AEW and watch some Fast and Furious.
All right.
All right. On that note, that's all I got. We do have, like you guys said, you do have the podcast on Sunday, right, with the Shang-Chi review, spoiler review. And do you guys have a Monday show?
Yeah.
Sidekick show? That sounds out for the sidekick show, guys.
It's going. We haven't
it's
played
a
out what's
video
going
show
on
for
yet,
you.
so we'll figure that out.
You know what? Maybe we'll do. I don't know. Yeah, because John, you and I haven't really spoken a lot this week. I don't know. Do we want to talk about? Kind of pick up. How the summer went. Kind of a recap of the summer, and then things we're looking forward to for the fall. Kind of like an AMA. We did that back in July. Kind of an Ask Us Anything. So maybe we can redo that. Talk about how things went for the summer, and then go on for the fall. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Especially with all the kiddies going back to school, that kind of stuff. We might be a little busy to watch something. And everyone bring your favorite horror themed movies, so we can start lining up our October. I definitely want to get Evil Dead 2 on there, Rob. I don't know if you're a fan of that movie or not. But me and Chris have seen Army of Darkness. I don't think either of us has seen Evil Dead 1 and 2.
Okay.
And I think those are pretty big classics. So
yeah.
All right. I was gonna say my wedding video, but that's fine.
Yeah, fine.
You're so funny.
Oh man, that joke kills every time, except for one person
So
doesn't find it funny.
Yeah. I remember the scariest movie I ever watched growing up. Maybe it doesn't hold up nowadays, but I don't know if you remember, John, Event Horizon. Or that movie freaked me the F out when I was younger. I don't know if it holds up now though.
I remember the name of the movie. I think it's Lawrence Fishburne. Maybe?
Lawrence Fishburne, yeah.
Yeah.
Sam Neill.
Yeah, they're in space.
I don't
and
remember.
Just, like,
I don't
people
remember it
brutally
at
murdered.
all.
I think, yeah.
How dare you,
But yeah, John, does that sound good? That's what we're probably gonna do. A little bit of
So it'll be
recap.
fun. It'll be a fun mixer. So everyone bring in your jokes. Some people like to come on and just bust chops, and we're fine with that. So have at it.
Cool. And for those who are interested, and there might not be many of you, if you are an Apple, if you subscribe to iTunes or you purchase your movies through iTunes, this week the Daniel Craig Bond collection, all 4 movies, is on sale for $30 for all 4.
So look forward to having not a complete set, because you will now have to pay for the 5th movie when that finally comes out. So,
but then you will have a complete set.
Yeah,
and
after
you
you
need to
pay
buy
for that
24
additional
years
movie.
more of James Bond movies to get all 52 of them done.
There's not 52, asshole. There's 20. This would be number 25 is coming out.
52 years. You said
right.
52 years earlier this conversation.
Yes, but there's 25 movies.
Okay, my God.
Right.
Anyways,
you know what? I think we should all go see it together.
James Bond?
No, God!
Yes, great timing on that one.
No.
That was
That's it for the news, guys. Thanks,
All right.
everybody.
All right.
Thanks, Pat,
Thank
for
you very much.
joining up.
I hate
thank
you all.
Chris, Rob, Pat's voice, everybody for tuning in. It's always a blast. We'll see you guys very soon. Rob, I'll see you in a little bit. We're gonna do some Shang-Chi action.
Yeah.
So talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.